What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Alright, so I apologize for being gone for quite a while. I haven't posted a video in about a week or two, and that's because the school year really picked up a lot faster than I originally thought. So my bad. I actually have to do a lot of work, but whatever, that can wait. Anyways, yeah. So today I'm going to be doing a new tutorial for you guys, or a new DIY, whatever you want to call it. And it's how to make your own distressed crew neck. So as you guys can see, I'm actually wearing the one that I made today, and it features a like a distressed neck, as well as the bottom hem of the shirt. So as you can see, it features a distressed hem, like where the waist is. I distressed it, took out the elastic thing. And I also added a split hem right there. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your own distressed crew neck if you want, and this process is fairly simple. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes, 15 tops, and the reason why I say 5 to 10 is just because it really depends on what you want to do with the crew neck. For example, if you just want to remove the kind of elastic neck or whatever, that takes about not even 5 minutes. But if you want to do what I did and follow these steps, probably take you around 10-15 tops, like I said. So yeah, I'll be showing you guys what to do, and yeah, the only thing you honestly really need is a pair of scissors, a really good pair. This is the pair of scissors that I'll be using for the tutorial. It's a very sturdy one, it's metal. It's heavy duty kind of. Don't use flimsy scissors like you get in kindergarten. You definitely want a good sturdy pair of scissors that will cut through the fabric and won't kind of break on you. So just keep that in mind, and yeah, let's get into the tutorial. Alright, YouTube, and yeah, before we get this tutorial started, the angle is going to be a little different because I'm actually going to film this on my bed. But yeah, if you guys want to try this tutorial, I definitely recommend using a crew neck that you don't really like, that doesn't really mean too much to you. The one that I used, that I did this on, was just some regular Joe Boxer sweatshirt crew neck. You can get regular crew necks at Walmart, Target, Kmart, whatever. Just get a crappy one first. I don't recommend you doing this on something that you really like, and for some reason you may not even like the end result. So I recommend just trying it out first on something that you don't really care about, that doesn't really mean too much to you. So that's my just little disclaimer before we get started. And like I said, this will only take 5, 10, 15 minutes tops, maybe even longer. So if it does go a little long, and I'll just probably cut it till we get the gist of it. I'm not going to show you guys the whole completed thing. I'm probably just going to do it in segments so I can give you guys the basic idea of what to do. And in the end, I'll show you guys what it looks like, final product on me. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, yeah, so hopefully you guys can see this. And yeah, this was the lightest colored crew neck I could find, because I realized that if I did it on a black crew neck or something, you wouldn't really be able to see it as well. So this is just a red crew neck, whatever, nothing too fancy. And yeah, so what I like to do first is I like to cut right here. You can see the little separation between the kind of elastic part and then the regular part of the crew neck. So I like to cut in between that. So I'll just give you an example for you guys. I'll start it off. So what I like to do is I like to cut you guys can actually see it right here. I just like to cut straight down first, and I stop until I get to that part where the elastic and the rest of the crew neck finally meets. And then it really doesn't matter which direction you go, because in the end it'll all be the same. But what I like to do is I like to kind of turn it, and I'll start cutting close to the close to the split. It doesn't matter if it's not as close, because in the end, like it'll start to come off anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But try to get as close to the separation as possible, if you can. So as you can see, I'm starting to cut, and yeah, just take time. Don't rush. Like, it's not a race. And anyways, regardless, even if it doesn't look good, like it's supposed to be distressed. It's supposed to look ugly. It's supposed to fray. That's the whole part of the look, in my opinion. So as you can see, I hope you guys can see it. I'm starting to cut right here, just along the split of the seam, whatever the stitching. So yeah. And what helps is if you kind of pull the fabric too. You kind of pull it apart. That helps it separate a little better, so you can really get in between, Alright, so as you guys can see, I've already started it, but yeah, you can see like the separation. See, this is how it's supposed to look, or when you cut close to this seam right here. I really hope you guys can see it. Yeah, I think you can see it. Then you see it's kind of starting to like fold, and like even you can start like pulling it. I mean, I don't recommend you pulling, but I'm just saying, like, if you start cutting close enough, you can start like pulling it apart. But I recommend cutting it all the way through. Don't get lazy and start ripping, because chances are you'll probably mess it up, or just a lot of errors can happen. So I'd recommend just taking your time, go all the way through. So I'll just cut a little more, and then we'll skip to the next part. But yeah, hopefully this is pretty simple. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not very difficult to do. It just takes time, and it's not really expensive at all. Like, the most you'll probably do is like buy a crew neck if you don't already have one lying around. Okay, and then onto the neck. As you can see, it's a pretty thin elastic on the neck. So I just basically repeat the same method that I did with the bottom waist part of the crew neck. So I'll just cut myself a little incision right here. See, and again, right here, it kind of meets right before the split happens. You can see that. And yeah, I'll just start cutting away. But, one thing I do recommend is that when you cut this neck, you don't want it to fray too much, so I recommend really pulling on it, so it's a clean cut. It's not like all like messed up and jagged, like the bottom of the hem would probably be for the waist. So yeah, like I said, for this, just really try your best to cut it close to the center, or right on center of the split, the stitching. And you can see, like, as you start cutting and pulling it, it gets pretty simple. It's actually, you can start pulling, and like you can start seeing some of the threads actually kind of rip off itself, and just kind of like, it's kind of like a guide, honestly. That's what I think of it as. Like, you start pulling and you see the threads kind of coming apart, you just keep pulling and cutting, pulling and cutting. So yeah, YouTube, before I show you guys how to split your hem, I just want to show you guys, this is kind of, I already took out the elastic part, and this is just kind of a general idea of what it's gonna look like, what it's supposed to look like. And here you go. See, it's kind of jagged, but it's still nice, and there's still parts of the elastic left over. I can't really find a part, but yeah, you'll still have some, and actually after you cut it, it becomes more easy to pull off, so you don't even really need the scissors anymore at that point. Alright, YouTube, and then now I'm going to show you guys how to split the hem. Before you do this, I definitely recommend you cutting off the elastic part first. And I definitely recommend you cutting off the elastic part first before you start splitting your hem. I think it just makes everything a lot easier. And usually some crew necks will actually have like a side stitch. This one unfortunately doesn't have one, but if you do have a crew neck that does have a side stitch, it actually makes life a lot easier for you. You can just follow that side stitch. And what I like to do is determining the length of how long I want the split hem to be. I usually just take like an iPod Touch and I kind of measure it out. Like I'll put it right next to it, as you guys can see. You know, like cut along, you know, to the length of the iPod. And usually that's like a pretty good length. You know, you can cut longer or shorter. It really depends on your personal preference. But like I said, I'm just gonna kind of cut like the length of this iPod right here. So I don't have any like side stitch to follow, but you can just kind of generalize and guesstimate. But I'm just going to cut along here. See, and since you already removed the elastic part, it makes it a lot easier to cut. You know, you can see it's like butter. See, right there, bam, so simple. Yeah, so just kind of like, usually what happens is your crew neck will be kind of folded, so there will be a fold that you can kind of look at to just kind of guess and justify where exactly this side would be. And that doesn't really matter if it's like if you're not exactly on point, you know, because regardless, like it's gonna be split and distressed, so you know, whatever. But if you're like a perfectionist, then yeah, definitely just kind of like line it up. Alright, and then before I throw this whole thing on, just want to show you guys the neck. This is what it's looking like, final product right here. See, it's pretty nice. It's not as frayed as the other one, and honestly, when you put it on, you won't even notice the difference. With this crew neck, since you know you're kind of creating a one-of-one piece, you know, that nobody else will have, you can really do whatever you want with this crew neck, and that's what I love about it. You can, you know, keep it a crew neck, or you can even like chop off the sleeves and make it like a short sleeve crew neck with a split hem and distressed features at the bottom. You know, you can do a lot of things with it. You can cut off the whole sleeves if you want. You can see there's stitching right here on the sleeve, or yeah, you just cut those off completely, make it a sleeveless crew neck. You don't have to you know, if you're not into this whole split hem, you don't even have to do that. Really, you can just play around with this, and that's what I'm really liking about this. You can do so many different things. You can even like cut this off if you want. You know, like honestly, the possibilities are endless with this thing, and that's what I like about it so much. It's so versatile, and yeah, you can't go wrong. It's, you know, it's a one-of-one piece, and you know, to get distressing like this, it's always nice to know that you made something of your own that nobody else will have. You know, and especially paying for crew necks nowadays, you know, it's pretty expensive. So I think that if you know you're into making your own custom pieces and you don't want to ruin something that's like you spent $30–40 on, just cop like a basic crew neck, and, you know, customize it yourself, and you get, you know, it still looks good. So yeah, let's throw this on for you guys. So yeah, here's the finalized product. As you can see, this is just distressed right here with split hem. Normally this isn't, the undershirt isn't what I'd normally wear. It's just a basic t-shirt that I'm wearing at the house. Normally I'd wear, what would I wear? I'd wear a zip tee or something like a little longer, so it kind of like draws attention to the whole fact that it's a split hem. So I'll have two split hems, which is, I think it's a really nice touch. And as you can see right here, yeah, see it's just split hem right there, a little distressing. And on the neck, you know, it's not that bad. You can't even tell that it's like you know, distressed or anything. Like, it's real clean. So yeah, and I actually might like chop off the sleeves and make it like a short sleeve crew neck. Honestly, that's what I might do. See right here, just a split hem. Damn, see? Yeah, pretty nice. And if you want, you can even like cut it so that the front part's a little shorter if you want, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get into all that. Basically, it's pretty simple, you know, just cut across. Yeah, but you know, I think that's fine just like this. It already gives a, you know, pretty nice detailing. But yeah, if you have any questions about this tutorial, or just you have any type of requests, just hit me up in the comments. You can email me at truepanoy101@gmail.com. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at true_panoy101. I'll leave them both in the description. And like I said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys like it. And yeah, before I go, I just want to let you guys know that again, thank you so much for everyone that watches. You know, I really appreciate all that you guys do for me. And you know, I'm still pushing to get 100. And once I do, you know, I gotta hook you guys up. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this distressed crewneck tutorial. It's the first on YouTube. Yeah, I did my homework before I posted this thing, and yeah, so let me know what you guys think. And yeah, take care guys. Peace.